Meet Reed Lance Rosenthal, rancher, #1 best-selling, award-winning author, and unabashedly, unapologetically on the right side of the outstanding issues of our generation. But don't try to fence him in. Sometimes his positions will surprise you, because Reed is definitely his own man, with his own opinions. You might love him, you might hate him, but you won't be able to stop listening. Step over to the right side with Reed.
Howdy, listeners and viewers, and this is specifically for you YouTubers. Around the globe, the Gulf to Canada, and across the United States. Whether you're listening to me on AM, you're listening to me on this little YouTube, and this is very short, this video. Very short, you'll see why. Or on any of the numerous other platforms that Reed Lance Rosenthal, the Cowboy's take is on for the video shows. We have a gangbuster show for you today, but you're not going to see it here on YouTube. You know why? Because YouTube took down 2 of our shows because of medical misinformation based on scientific studies, peer-reviewed publications, and CDC's and Pfizer's and Moderna's own admissions. That's misinformation, folks. Why don't you ask poor Joe Biden up there, who's not feeling too well? I think he's had both of the jabs, and I think 4 boosters, or is it 5? Safe and effective. Well, whatever. I'm sure that it's just less serious for him, as they tell us, because he got his injections. But the bottom line is, I'm not shutting up for anybody. YouTube has a storied history of censoring, of making political decisions, regardless of the facts, even if the facts come from the government they adore, and from the big pharma companies who, in part, fund them. So I'm going to urge you, and by the way, I sent them a response and an appeal, and just because I'm me, I did that. They're not going to do anything with it. They're not going to put those 2 shows back up. Maybe they even take down the whole channel. It's a good thing I don't need the money, and it's not monetized, huh? But in the meantime, there's a bunch of other places you should watch it, because the way Google gets paid, folks, and therefore YouTube, is the number of people who tune in and the number of clicks they make on the nonsense that they run across your screen. That's how they get paid. In the meantime, they're collecting all your personal data and selling it. That's how it works. Now, you can go ahead and support the enemy, right? They were nailed for election fraud 41 different occasions. I've brought you that story in the past. You can buy coffee at woke Starbucks. You can get clothes at woke Target. You can take your kids to woke Disneyland. You can support the enemy all you want. You can buy supplies at Tractor Supply with their triple woke president and their triple woke policies, which supposedly they're changing. But I suggest you don't. Rumble is easy to use. There was a rumor that you had to pay to be on Rumble. I wonder who started that rumor. Who could it have been? You don't. It's easy as pie. The link is right down here below. And if they take that down, you go to the website on therightsideradio.com, and the link to Rumble and Brighteon and Pradion. And I don't even know all the deals. I'm not a techie, but we're on about every platform that if you want to watch us, you can watch us on. And we have gangbuster information for you on, and I'm not going to call it the attempted assassination. I'm going to call it the plot and the cover-up. And we have a pile of information on the website, on therightsideradio.com. There's a tab at the upper right-hand side, the attempt on Trump. Take a look at the information we've put together. It might be the best compendium, kind of like our C-word page. The best compendium of information so far. I mean, there's going to be a lot more coming out to go on this attempted assassination of a former president, a front-running presidential candidate. And I don't care what side of the aisle this man or woman was on. This is a breach of law. It is a thumb in the eye of the Constitution. And it is a big middle finger to Americans. And it cannot be allowed to stand. So if you want to hear those shows, you want to see the shows that YouTube took down for medical misinformation, go over to Rumble. Go over to the other sites. The links are right there, and if they take those down, the links are on the on the rightsideradio.com site. Enjoy. Have a great week. Keep the wind at your back. I'll have another little message for you here on YouTube, if we still have this channel, next week. Bye.
Please remember, if you've missed any shows, just click on Show Archive and you'll find all of his shows. We look forward to seeing you here again next week for another episode of Read Lance Rosenthal on the Right Side.